We have seen a devastating wave of attacks against several provincial capitals. The attack started in the city of Provokant, the capital of Takhar province, closer to Kunduz province. And we have seen fighting in several parts of the city. The border crossing with Tajikistan was taken over by the Taliban. At least 50 soldiers with their weapons and 3 armored Humvees, along with officials, managed to cross into Tajikistan, fearing that their lives were at risk. But this attack in Kunduz, for example, is taking place at the season for watermelons and melons. So there are massive economic consequences with this brutal war. Kunduz is the bread basket, the fruit basket of northeastern Afghanistan. So you can imagine how many farmers will be losing, their incomes. People are forced to leave their homes, as is the case in the rest of the country. But we're also seeing a very dramatic, fall of districts and bases where village and tribal elders often mediate these surrenders. Perhaps it's an insurance at the local level. Perhaps soldiers, feel, well, there are no weapons, there are no food or water, so why should we be fighting? And I think the rapid pace of those developments is an increasingly worrisome development at a time when the Afghan president and Chairman Abdullah will be heading to Washington to meet with President Biden. It also happens at a time when Afghanistan's government continues to bring surprise changes into the security sector. We heard from the country's acting Minister of Defense, Asadullah Khalid, saying that the Taliban continued to attack the Afghan National Security Forces, but they were still in defensive mode. And if the attacks did not stop until the end of this week, then Afghan National Security Forces will launch offensive operations. We heard from General Miller, the American military commander here in Kabul, saying they will support the Afghan forces with the air power. But no doubt, as you said, the U.S. is very much keen to basically reduce its troops, at least for the 135 days. That's condition-based. It wants the Taliban to reduce violence, to sit and talk with the Afghan government in intra-Afghan negotiations. But one has to really feel for the Afghan National Security Forces. They have one of the most difficult and dangerous jobs. They're always fighting in some of the most remote in very mountainous terrains. And what happens in the long run if they don't have the U.S. air support? I think that will be a challenge for them.